Hey Tubesters, so today I got a text saying that the rest of the order basically came in. The rest of my Amazon order. Well, hold on. There's one or two more things that might be coming. One thing was actually not supposed to come today per se, or I didn't get a text message for it actually. And it kind of just surprised, which is really awesome. So I hope you enjoy this haul, and let's get into it. So a lot of this is kind of to help me get back in sync with my practice. And hold on, I'm gonna get some water. I'm kind of thirsty and dehydrated. Back. Okay, so yum. I'm gonna actually leave that open and let the rays of the sun charge and infuse this water. Yeah, so I look a little washed out today. I don't know. Anyway, so I got this stuff basically to kind of get me in tune back with the seasons. And yeah, I cut myself yesterday. I was a little over passionate with that razor blade. At least it was on my face, not somewhere else, you know what I mean? So I got these to kind of, since, you know, I'm starting, you know, A school, and it is a curricular type of thing. It's naval curricular, curriculum, excuse me. I got these calendar date book planner things, all of the above, to kind of just get me back in tune with the 8 holy days or high days or whatever you want to call it, and the SBOTs, and to kind of be able to kind of track how I am in accordance with those chi flows, as well as kind of write the mundane things. You know, one of these quotes I love to repeat by Arwen Lynch is, we must put the mundane back in the magic, or it's something along those lines. And so that's kind of why I got these things, so I can kind of put, you know, every Wednesday, well, not every Wednesday, but on a Wednesday, pay my phone bill, and, you know, just maybe make that mail check day or something like that, just to kind of work with the daily cheese of the planets and whatnot, and also to work with the solar lunar vibrations and earthly vibrations, and kind of just interweave it with my military life now. So okay, that's not me. So let's get started. So this is the Llewellyn date book, and I hope that you can see it not backwards on here. I actually haven't checked that yet, and I find it very interesting that they use these like old book paper color. You know, when you get an old book and it's aged paper, I like how they have that. It's not necessarily ivory. Well, hold on. No, maybe it is ivory. But this is the cover. It's utterly beautiful. And I've never gotten any of these type of things before. This is a first for me. I've seen lots of unboxings of stuff of this nature, but I've never personally gotten it. So we have this year at a glance, I think is what it's called. I'm new to the whole calendar date book thing, so I don't really know the terms, and y'all know I ain't good with terms anyway. I keep on looking over here where I'm supposed to be looking over here. Usually the camera's on this side, or the camera lens is on this side, but I apparently switched it up on me today. So we got a table of contents, and I love the artwork. And if you could, if anyone knows where to get an actual, like, pentagram, pentagram garden stand thing, that'd be really cool to put in your garden, or to put in front of the house or something for protection. So we have a how to use this, which is date book, and it talks about moon quarters, moon in the signs, moon void, of course, time zone changes, planting and harvesting days. I won't be doing that too much, but it'll be good to know. Maybe I can put that in my grimoire. planetary movement, and then it gives the little symbols. So I don't think I'm gonna go through this, okay, planting and harvesting day, that is cute. But I don't think I'm gonna do a flip through of this book right now, because that's just gonna take too much time. If y'all want me to do a flip through of any of these, just let me know, and I'll do that. So that can be of I'll do a flip through of the calendar, but I won't do a complete flip through in this video on this. But so I got the date book, and some of these I'm actually, like, I'm literally unboxing all of this. The box is already open, but like there's still plastic on it, so I'm literally going through this with you guys. I thought it'd be fun, but it's much more complicated to open these than I thought. It's so well sealed. Here we go. So this is the calendar, like the wall calendar, so I'm not in frame. My bad. And it's so beautiful and vibrant. Now, something I want to let y'all know about. Oh, I don't have a push pin. Damn. I have to go to next and get push pins. Save your cardboard. Now, ooh, not only is it good for art projects, and you can use it for like making your own books or whatever. It's actually good to put it behind the month page, because it's, and I've seen this actually work. It's supposed to help with the corners curling. It kind of just and you put it so that way you only have one page in front of the cardboard. If you do more than one page, then that weight's gonna have the corners fall down. But when you do one page, it actually keeps the corners up. Unless there's humidity, then that will, of course, bring them down. In that case, you could just put paper clips on the cardboard and it would stay up for you. So that's a little hack that I learned. I don't even remember how I learned about it. But so we're not gonna see January, because, well, that month is already gone, but it's really, really beautiful. So that's the picture, which I love. I'm definitely gonna, I'm not able to figure out how to show this video. Well, let's look at the correspondences, shall we? Like I said, I hope it's not backwards. Oh, I didn't know that they gave rituals. That's fun. Okay, so I'll just read it to you. So it says January, and then it says, for many of us, January is a time for beginnings and New Year's resolutions. For me, however, it's a time to remember. It's a time to connect with my past before making my way through another year. To help me connect with my past, I go to my blanket chest and take out my grandmother's handmade quilt. I spread it across my bed. I guess I'm hungry. I've missed chow already, but whatever. I spread it across my bed. Its colors are still vibrant, although it's frayed in places. Looking beyond the fabric swatches that were once part of my uncle's shirts or one of my grandmother's dresses, I see my past, a past that has shaped me into who I am today. Looking at the quilt, I see the seasons of my life, seasons of both happiness and sadness. Admiring its delicate stitching, I gently fold it and lay it at the foot of my bed. Outside, a winter storm is building. Standing at my window, I hear the wind moan and see the curved, gnarled tree branches silhouetted against the snowy landscape. The branches may be bare, but they are far from lifeless. Beneath each bud scale is spring's flower and leaf. Hidden in each branch is next summer's shade. Gazing out my window, I realize my past is there behind me, sewn into my grandmother's quilt. Before me, just outside, the hibernating trees hold the future, just as they always have. From my grandmother's quilt in my past, I've drawn strength to face the future. From the slumbering trees, however, I've learned there will always be a future. So this is the a remembrance ritual that's afterwards. This ritual will ground you as you begin the new year. You'll need a white cloth, a white candle, and a twisted tree branch. White represents the future, shrouded in mystery. The branch symbolizes future twists and turns you may face during the year. You'll also need a favorite family heirloom to focus on. Cover your altar with the cloth. Next, place the candle on the altar and light it. Set the branch in front of the candle. Put the heirloom wherever you wish on the altar. Think about why the heirloom is important to you. Then pick up the branch and feel its curves. As you do, see yourself beginning your journey through the year. Gaze at the candle and say, as year ends, a year begins. The wheel of the year turns yet again. I remember my past, but I'm ready for tomorrow. I accept all it may bring, whether joy or sorrow. Relax and meditate on the upcoming year. Think of how past experiences have brought you to this point. Then think of the goals you have for this year. When you feel grounded, return to a regular state of awareness. Snuff out the candle. Whoa. Okay, that's a magical spiritual pet peeve of mine. I hate snuffing candles. I think it's so disrespectful. To me, that means you're killing the fire, you're killing the flame. Whereas when you're blowing it out, to me that symbolizes, it just seems more element to element, air to fire. Whereas whenever I think of snuffing, especially with the candle flame, I think of suffocation and, you know, almost like an imposing of death that's unnecessary. That's just me, of course. But if you like snuffing the candle out, feel free to do so. Please don't feel that I'm judging. I'm not. I'm just sharing my opinion, I guess is the best way to put it. Leave the branch on your altar to remind you of the future and of this ritual. Use your family heirloom occasionally to remind you of your past. Now that you've honored your past and formed a link to your future, you're ready for the coming year. I love this ritual. I'm definitely going to use it. I might make this a repeat ritual too, because that's really fun. I love the color of the day. Ooh, that's fun. So I'm trying to figure out if the new moon is like the dark moon or if it's the crescent moon, because I'm not sure. Does it say? It does not say here. I'm gonna have to check that later, I guess. Okay, well, moving on. So what's today? Today's the 15th. The color is rose. Oh, that's beautiful. So this would be probably a great day to wear rose quartz. Or when I think of rose, I'm thinking of that pale pink. So that's like, ooh, bibliomancy. Oh, that's what the ritual is for February. Well, that makes sense. Oh, okay, so they do an art piece that correlates. Well, I guess not so much. Well, kind of. That correlates with the ritual that they have set for that month. I love that pentagram. Oh, I'm gonna have to copy that. Oh, that's amazing. Garden, guardian, ritual, and blessing. Oh, that'd be perfect once I get a garden set in the near future, because I have a, I already have a garden gnome. Some of you may remember. Oh, I love June's picture. I'm gonna share the picture with you guys. I'm not gonna read all the stuff. I might do something like where I share what the calendar says when we get into that month. But I still have a bunch of other stuff to share with you, and we're already at 15 minutes. So, yeah, I'll just share the correspondences and the picture. So that's the picture. Maybe I should turn this. Is that, or I don't know if I should do that. Yeah, I won't do that, because I don't know if it's gonna turn well, or if it's gonna like be sideways. So this is a March. Look at that pentagram. That looks sigil worthy. I don't know if it is. Well, I mean, I guess it is technically, because symbols. Symbols technically are sigils. Well, at least in my practice they are, because I work with 3 types of sigils: montrical sigils, oh crap, what's it called? The word sigils and the pictorial sigils. And to me, a symbol is a pictorial sigil. So I don't use the word symbol too much. Well, I use the word symbol, I guess, if it's like what am I trying to say? If it's like representing a collective, I guess, so like all religious symbols, like the cross and stuff like that, and I'll call it a symbol, but I still view it as a sigil. But when it comes to sigils, and I only call it a sigil, it's because it's symbolizing an intention, like a phrase, a desire, etc. So this is the April one. It's so nice. Can't wait to hang it up. So this is May. That's beautiful too. And I love the artwork, and I love how they have the planetary correspondences for the days of the week. And all the purple things, all the moon phases are in purple. Witchy purple. This is the June one I'm talking about. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, got the goddess. Mother goddess. And then we have July with the Vitruvian man. Oh, I didn't show you the correspondences. My bad. We got August with the kind of like a harvest green man. Oh, they don't have the sabbats on here? Oh, there it is. Llamas. Oh, I like that they say llamas, because that's kind of how I celebrate it. And then, what was I about to say? And then I do August 5th as Lunasa. And then this one's really pretty too. From September. Maybe I should just stick to English. Where's Maybon? Maybon's the 23rd this year. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. What color is for Maybon? Ivory. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, I love this. One for... Oh, it has pumpkins. My bad. I can't handle myself. I just love pumpkins way too much. Probably for my own good, but you know what? I don't care. Oh, that just made me happy so much. Samhain is on a Thursday this year, and the color's crimson. Oh, that beautiful blood red color. That's actually my favorite color of red. Not necessarily my favorite color, but my favorite color of red. Dancing with your shadow. Ooh, we have an enshadowment spell ritual thing. Thanksgiving is on the 28th. I like how they have both sets of holidays. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. And correspondences. Oh, Ganesha. December. Ooh, oranges. That's interesting. Got a prosperity spell. Oh, that's perfect. I always do prosperity spells during the wintertime. Christmas Eve is on Tuesday. Christmas is Wednesday. Yule is on a Saturday. Oh, wow. That's strong Saturnian energy. Because it's on a Saturday and it's in it's Capricorn. Damn. My birthday will be on a Saturday too. Oh, wow. Interesting. What's the color for Yule? Gray. Balance. Fair enough. So, let's see what... Imbolc. Blue for Imbolc. Ostara. Oh, so okay, so they must do like astrological, correspondences for the solstices and equinoxes. I can't say that apparently, because they have it on the 20th, and the color is yellow. But I always celebrate Ostara on the 21st. What's Purim? I mean, it's obviously some type of like Judeo-Hebrew holiday, but I don't know what that is. April? Oops. So Beltane is white, and it's on a Wednesday. Litha is on the 21st, according to the calendar, and I celebrate on the 21st. It's purple! Oh, witchy purple! That's July. Turquoise is the color for Lammas, which is on a Thursday. Ooh! So much prosperity and abundance. And did I say when Mabon's on a Monday? Interesting. Well, that's what this says. I would celebrate it on a Saturday because I always celebrate Mabon on a 21st. And if you wonder why I celebrate these certain days, it's because at one point I had this altar tile, and it had the days etched in it, and those are the dates. It was 31st of October for Samhain, May 1st for Beltane, August 1st for Lammas, February 2nd for Imbolc, and the 21st for Ostara, Mabon, and Litha, and the 20th for Yule. And I just kind of kept that in my practice. That was also when I was working at a retail store. It was a crappy job. And so I kept those dates because I would see them every time I would go to my altar. So I would remember it, and then I could transfer the memory of those dates onto requesting those days off. And so that's kind of just been the thing since I got serious in my practice. And so that's the little fun fact of why I celebrate those on those specific dates. Now, this one, there was a bigger one, and I think a wall calendar, unless the wall calendar was the bigger one I'm thinking of. But I decided to get the pocket one, just because I already have a wall calendar, but I wanted the information from this. This is Seasons and Cycles. It's Eastern Standard Time, which I'm technically not in. I'm probably at the cusp of Eastern Standard Time, but I'm still technically in Central Time. And this is the Lunar Pocket Planner for 2019. And we'll just open to the middle. This is June, and what I really love is it gives where is it? Oh, there it is. It gives the moonrise and set times for each of the days, and then it has the sunrise and sunset times for those the 1st, 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. Oh, that's different. Because I always had it on the 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. Okay. Let's see what the change is. So, this is kind of like more of a lunar cycle tracker. Energy of the eclipses. Ooh. This year's harvest moon is on September 14th. Harvest moon on the 14th, guys. I'm trying to see where it talks about, ooh, meteor shower. Oh, there's a meteor shower on my birthday. Oh, wait, there already was one. Never mind. Oh, man, that means I missed it. When's the next one? April 12th. It's a Virginids. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, it has the wheel of the year. Isn't that nice, guys? I like it. Oh, it doesn't talk about the sun things. How to use this planner. Oh, it gives when the sun moves into the next sign. And oh, there's a note section. Oh, new moon wishes. You can do intention work in here. New moon wishes. New moon wishes. There's only 6. 2, 4, 6. There's only 6. And then there's notes. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't talk about those dates, which is kind of weird. Oh, look at the October one. Oh, it's so beautiful. So I'm gonna have to flip through this, I guess, a little more, because the thing is, the way I learned it is like the 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th, and that's when well, hold on. Those are sunrise and sunset dates. Why is it? So what are those dates for? Because the way that I was understanding it, it was more like what am I trying to say? It was the 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. And it was basically what I call full sun. But it's basically, it's actually, I think, called sun on meridian. When the sun crosses your time zone is how I understand it. And so I don't know what these dates are for. And I'm not finding anything. Maybe I should have gotten the better one. There was a lunar eclipse on January. When? On the 21st. Full moon on the 19th. That's what's up. It's gonna be in Virgo. Isn't that good for planning? Anyway, so that's that one. I need to hurry up. So, this I saw Murphy Grey Hunter, which I'll link her channel down below if you don't know who she is or haven't seen her YouTube channel and videos and whatnot. I'll link the video that this was on, and I'll link her channel too. So, oh, I love this smooth cover. So this is the Coloring Book of Shadows Planner for a Magical 2019 by Amy Cesari. Now, I don't have coloring pencils just yet, so it's mostly going to be for planning, obviously. So I'm going to be like putting my, I like how it has the month at a glance, and it has the moon phases, and it has the weeks. I like how the weeks are all on one page, and you get all this artwork to color in and whatnot. I'm not going to do a flip through of this book because so many people have done that, honestly. And when I share Murphy's video, she did a flip through mostly of this book. But what I will share is the like monthly intention. Oh, what's that? Why is there's a thing? There's something on my book already. Look at that. That's nasty. I like these monthly intention setting type of pages. So it has intuition, reflection, vision, and intention, important things, and goals. And the way that I'm going to use it is that I'm going to use it. Oh, hold on. Let's look at January. Okay, so the one that's before the month page does actually go with that month. So you set all your intentions and maybe do a reading or whatever for that month, and you can put it all down in here and then kind of reflect on how it falls through according to what you wrote. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. Oh, I love this. This is gonna be really fun. Oh, chocolate bunnies. I need to try and get a little more back into my vegan diet. I miss it a lot. And I like how she puts, like there's a picture of a snake in it, and she says transformation. How can I grow into the most magical version of myself? Oh, I like that. Dandelion makes wishes come true. Orange selenite brings dreams to reality. Oh, I didn't know there was an orange selenite. And yeah, so I'm excited about this. One of the reasons why I got the date book as well as the coloring book of planner is because I didn't know which one I would like more, and I also wanted to have like the rituals and information from the date book, but also have the fun coloring section or stuff from here. But they do seem relatively similar, so it's possible that at one point or another I'll switch to only using one of them. But until then, I'll be using both. So this was a book that Murphy Gray Hunter shared in that, well, no, she shared it in a separate video. She did like a book haul video, and I really loved it and wanted to get it. And it says Everyday Witchcraft, and this is something I kind of wanted to get because I think it's going to be helpful for figuring out how I can kind of bring little witchiness, because now that I'm, you know, going to school and at the same time technically employed, my life is really busy, especially with the military. So, excuse me. So I kind of wanted to figure out how I can witchify my life, basically. And so that's why I got this, so that way it can kind of be like a little stepping stone to kind of bring inspiration stuff to my practice. So this next one is what it was a necklace, or is a necklace, and this is what it originally came out, but I don't like this kind of string. It's kind of harsh, and this is the box it came in, which I love, and I'm probably going to use it in a working, or, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to use this for. I'm not going to tell you, though. So, I already put it on my chain, but this is what it is. So this is the front. It's not focusing. Okay, well, so it has the spirit, okay, air, earth, fire, water, the symbols on there, and then it has this, it's basically like a coexist pentagram, and for those of you who may not know, I'm an omnist witch, basically. Well, my religion is omnist, I guess is how you could phrase it, but, I don't want to spend too much. Basically, I believe it's kind of along those lines of every path leads up the same mountain. It's kind of basically what I'm going at, and so that's why I wanted to get this, because it's really, I really felt this represented me very well, and I loved how it was kind of like a coin. So if I wanted to, I could just use it as like a which one is it? Excuse me. I could just use it as like a token, whether a charm or a talisman. No, as a talisman, as either a token or an amulet. There we go. So amulets are for protection, and tokens are for luck. They're a lot of times referred to as charms, but I see charms differently because of the etymology of charms. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that right now. That's what I want to share with you. And two more things that need to get the plastic off first. There we go. And this one's really fun. It's in a fancy old box and everything. Ooh, it's a magnet box. Okay, so, obviously I'm not at the house anymore and all my stuff is packed away, and I really want to start to get back into doing readings and stuff like that, besides just with playing cards. I love my playing cards, and I will still do that as the military magic video. I haven't forgotten. But I wanted to get a tarot deck and an oracle deck that I could work with, and I actually kind of feel like these might work well together. So I got the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Duggan, illustrated by Mark Evans, and it has this, it's a really nice box, this magnet box, and oh, that's a nice thick book. Oh my. Okay, so black and white pictures, and so I did look up the pictures for these cards, and I have, you know, my few that I like to look at. So the ones that I usually will research is the Devil card, the Death card. I always like to look at the what are they? The evil cards, I think, of some people, or the scary cards, because I want to see what's the ideology that this person's bringing to the table. Are they bringing fear-mongering ideas? Not necessarily to scare people, but it's like, is that how they view this card when they're drawing it? Or is it more psychological? Or is it spiritual? Or do they take a different approach? I always like to look at those cards to kind of see where they're coming from. And then I always have to look at the Justice card, because that's my birth card. And I also have to always look at the Hermit, because that's my favorite card. And also, yeah, so for the Devil, they don't even have the Devil. It's just called the Shadow Side, which I think is the most perfect representation of the Devil card. And the Death is not much different compared to most of them, so it's pretty nice. And the Justice is also pretty similar to most of the depictions. And the Hermit's kind of the same. And so I was really excited about this, and I like the difference in the I think that's the High Priestess card, right? I like the difference in the Magician card too. It actually has a fairy in it. Oh, it has a few fairies actually, but I like the difference in the High Priestess card, and I like that they did a High Priest card as well instead of the Hierophant. That's obviously because this is a witchcraft-based tarot system. And so these are the backs. Oh, it's so magical. All that beautiful universe, galaxy art. So I'll just do a quick flip through of the whole deck. If you want, you can pause it to get a longer look. And these cards, they slide really well. And they are flimsy. A little more flimsy than I would like it, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not as great as Avalon. Avalon Spiritual Odyssey, I think is her channel. Oh, that's a nice depiction of the lovers. And ooh, this depiction of the chariot is amazing. I'm not as good as being able to tell you the types of cardstock and all of that, because I'm just not that well versed in it, honestly. and see the Hermit. Oh, love it. And I like this depiction of the Wheel of the Year, how it uses the seasons and the 4 main tools and all that. I would have probably preferred a cauldron, because I don't see the paten or the pentacle as a symbol of earth. I see it as a symbol of the Black Madonna, source, spirit, the divine, just because all 5 points are all 5 things, but that's just me. I like I'm gonna say that's a raven because it's pretty big, and as far as I know, ravens are bigger than crows. Ooh, this has Ghost Rider vibes to me. It's like a medieval Ghost Rider. Temperance, oh, rainbow. Ooh, I like this. Oh, for a second there, I thought it had the wisp in it, but it's just the blue lighting. That's an interesting depiction of the star. It's the back side instead of the front. And there's no kneeling. There's a heron. I like when cards, more than one of the cards uses animals in it, because to me that is a great way to bring in animal symbolism. Some of you may have known when I did readings on here on my last channel and I used the Sacred Circle Tarot, I would also read the plant. I would do like herbal readings, like if it had blackberry or ivy, I would say what that means. Some of the cards had bees on it, I think, or lizards, and so I would look up that symbolism, or I would intuit that symbolism if I could, and I would see how it plays in the reading. Now this is karma, which is in place of judgment, so I like that, and I like the whole solar eclipse thing. And we have the world, what the world needs now. I have not done a vocal warm-up today, so excuse me. I like that depiction of the Ace of Cups. And that scallop. No. Nice. I'm not too fond with this 3 of Cups imagery. I like the more traditional 3 of Cups imagery. Some of it's because it has a pumpkin in it. But also because, I don't know, I like it. To me, it really has that maiden mother crone aspect to it. And this one doesn't, this one doesn't really give that to me too much, honestly. I mean, kind of, but it's different. I'll just say that much. I still like it, though. And I find it interesting to have the mermaid or the, in here. Interesting, a wizard for the 7 of Cups. 7 Cups? Yeah. 8 of Cups, I like this one. I thought the 8 of Cups had, oh no, that's a different one, never mind. See, it's been too long since I've seen the tarot cards, because I was about to say that there was some cups knocked over in the 8 of Cups, and there's not. Right? Now I'm not so sure. Page of Cups, interesting depiction. So this one seems to do pages as females, knights as males, and then you have that kind of balanced of male, female, male, female. Oh, actually, it's female, male, female, male. Oh, I need to hurry up because I still need to show the Witch's Oracle. Oh, interesting depiction of 3 of Swords. It's very upbeat, very different than what I'm used to. And if I'm not showing the cards well enough, just let me know and I'll do a separate video and I'll go over them again or whatever. I like the coloring of this 10 of Swords. Oh, okay. This page of Swords is male. Interesting. I thought they were doing a, you know, a balancing of the gender, but I guess not. Ooh, I like this Ace of Wands. Isn't that exquisite? Ooh, a cat! A cat is nice. I don't think I've ever seen a cat in a tarot deck before. I've seen them in oracle decks. There's another cat here. Ooh, dragons. This is the only other deck I've seen dragons in, besides the, shit, what's it called? It's the one that I use for my, my enshadowment readings. Damn. Deviant Moon Tarot. There we go. Another cat. It looks like the same one from that last one that had the cat in it. It's interesting how that was the only female page, right? Oh wait, we haven't gone through the pentacles yet. There's another cat. I like these pentacles, not gonna lie. A black cat. Ooh, this one makes me think of Imbolc because of the snowdrop. This one has a falcon in it. I think it's a falcon. Ooh, this one has a dog. I've never seen one with a dog. Well, that's not true. The Fool has a dog in it. I forgot for a second there. And this one has lamb. I don't think I've ever seen a lamb in a deck either. Oh, wait. Okay. So, the cups and pentacles have a female page. Interesting. I wonder if it's because they're like the female elemental suits. So they're putting more female. Oh, this one has grapes in it. Joy and abundance. Great for pentacle. Oh, and royalty with the purple. Oh, this is gonna be a great reading. I mean, great deck to read with. I can already tell I'm gonna like this one. All right. So the last thing, as I said, is the what I call it again? Witch's Oracle. Oh, Witch's Wisdom Oracle. My bad. So, I thought I cut it. And this one, I really love. In fact, before I knew what it was, I actually had a picture of the back. Oh, these are big cards. This would be great for like altar art, like displaying and all that. So before I knew that there was an oracle deck, I had a picture of the backing on my phone, the phone that's back home, as like the wall art, because I loved it because it was of course witchy with the pentacle, right? And it was made with stars and all that, and it had the witchy purple, which actually I think mine has more of an indigo look to it. But anyway, I really remember seeing this deck on an Instagram live, I think it was, by oh goodness, what's her name? I know she's married, but I'm trying to remember what her Instagram name is. It's like a Psychic Soul Healing, I think it is. I'll try and link her Instagram page below, and she went through these cards, or at least some of them, and they're so beautiful, and I loved it. And so like I said, that's the back, and I'm gonna go through this deck with you too. So this is oh yeah, and this is made by witches, so I'll let you read that there. Actually, I don't know if this is backwards or not. So Barbara, about the authors and artists, Barbara Micheljohn-Free was initiated into Scottish witchcraft, craft of the wise, at the age of 16 by the then Highland seer Sween MacDonald. Considered the UK's best loved and hardest working wise woman, she is a hereditary, eclectic, and solitary witch and a high priestess of Isis. Flavia Kate Peters is a hereditary witch having the craft passed down from her grandmother, who embraces the old ways and the path of fairy witchcraft. She is a high priestess of the Morrigan and popular author, workshop leader, medium, and custodian of elemental magic. And Richard Crooks has been providing illustrations for the publishing industries as well as exhibiting his fine artwork for over 30 years. And all right, that's that. That's what the book looks like. Black and white pictures. So it has a little rhyming chant with the picture. It has the witch's wisdom, witch's foresight, and herbal kitchen revealed. What? Oh, hex revealed. Oh, okay, so it's a revealing of the specific card, whatever that card is. This one's herbal kitchen, and there's one for hex. But before that, it has witch's wisdom and witch's foresight, which might be like general and in depth. Okay. I don't know if I have time to continue. Oh wait, this isn't on YouTube, so yeah, it's not gonna knock me off. That's the altar. You can probably use these as like meditation cards. Like if you want a travel size altar, you can use this, and it has everything on it, and you can work your magic, so to speak, through the card. I think that's gonna be fun. Ancestors, great for Samhain. Athame, or Thane, excuse me. Beltane, Book of Shadows. Broomstick. I like the artwork for the broomstick one, not gonna lie. Candles. Again, you can use this for casting your circle. Well, actually, I think there is a circle card in here. But you can use this for when you want to do candle magic. Cauldron. I love the cauldron. One of my favorite tools, actually. And a cloak. Concealment. Earth. Familiar. I always say Magistellus, but same difference. Guardian. Well, technically it's not. Different topic for a different day. Fire. Hand fasting. Hearth. Or hearth. Herbal kitchen. Hex. You can use this if you want to do a hex for focusing. High priestess and high priest. I find that pretty cool. I like the whole duality of this card. Homeland. Imbolc. Lady and Goddess Feminine. Good to tap into your female side if you need to, or connect with the divine feminine. Maybe if you're trying to find your matron or patron, your matron, you can work with this card or use it as a representation for your altar. Letha with Stonehenge. Lord and God for masculine, tap into your masculine side or the divine masculine. Lunasad, great for a focal point. Mabon. Here we go, magic circle. Same picture for the book. The guidebook it is, right? I think it's what's considered a guidebook. Moon. This definitely gives me Maiden Mother Crone vibes. Ostara. Pentacle. Ritual. This really makes you think of the craft. Samhain. Oh. Ooh. I like how it has the traditional carvings with the turnips and with the pumpkins. That's cool. Scrying mirror. These cards are sticking together. spell. This is the one from Macbeth. And it's really good to know your herbal, crap, what's it called? Not herbal correspondences, but herbal code. Spirit. This looks like a pendulum of sorts. Staff. Oh, I miss my staff. Tarot cards with the Celtic cross spread. Wand. Watchtower of the East. So you could actually lay these cards out for doing your readings. I don't know if that's part of the suggestions that they did. Oh, well, those were all the watchtowers. This is water. Wiccan Reed. Okay, so these are clearly Wiccan-based cards. Kind of, I think, like the Witch's Tarot and Witch Healer. I like that. And I like how it shows the back of the witch, so it can be male or female. I like that a lot. Witch's Cottage. Of course, this is awesome. Witch's Hat. Like the whole aura in the background. Yule. So, that is the deck, guys. If you want a more slower or even better flip through, where maybe I do it with the phone upright like that, just let me know. And I try to do it with the phone landscape, because then it fills up the screen on YouTube when you open it to watch the video. But if you think that it would be better with the phone portrait, just let me know, and I'll do separate videos for a flip through of the Witch's Tarot and the Witch's Wisdom Oracle. What was that other one that I said? Oh. I don't remember. I think I said I was gonna do this way. Like a flip through this. I don't remember. But thank you so much for sticking with me this whole time and being supportive, and thank you for all my new subscribers. I'm very grateful. Welcome to the Forest Fam. Speaking of which, there is a Facebook group if you wish to join. I'll admit I haven't been on probably for a few days, but if you want to, you can like the no, that's not what it's a closed group, so you have to request, and I'll add you as soon as I can, and then you can check out a few posts that are on there. And if you have anyone who you think might be interested in that, I need some more water, hold on. If you know anyone who might be interested in joining, and maybe they're new to witchcraft or whatever, or they're wanting to find a community to kind of talk to or share with or whatever, feel free to invite them, and I'll let them in. And the only thing that I request is that you're respectful to everyone's belief systems, whether or not you agree with them. You don't have to agree with them, but as long as you're respectful, even if that means removing yourself from their post or conversations, then please do so. I'm not trying to have a disrespectful community. So yeah, feel free to request to join there and check it out. And you can share whatever you want as long as it's respectful. If you're a YouTuber, you can share your videos on that platform as well, so that way we can see what content you're sharing with us. There's also the YouTube Witches and Pagans, or YouTube Pagans video page. I'll try and link that below as well. And feel free to follow me on Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram. Those links will be down below as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Abundant and eternal blessings.